Hello everyone, welcome to another stream of building a web browser from scratch. So our goal for the stream today is to render Hacker News, or to try and render Hacker News with the Moon browser, and we'll try to fix all the bugs that popped up during the process, but it might work, it might not, who knows, but we'll try. Sorry, it was my Alexa. Anyway, let's try to render Hacker News and see what we get. So far we have this thing, but if we try to render Hacker News, it will crash, and so we will have to trace back all these issues and fix them one by one, and hopefully by the end of the stream we can somewhat render Hacker News. So the first error that we got, actually, let's make a new branch first. Support Hacker News, and let's make the browser go to Hacker News every time we start it, so it's easier for us to testing, because otherwise we'll be, navigating to Hacker News every single time we start the browser, which is quite annoying. So I believe we can just do this. Hopefully that's correct. Let's try it. Yep, seems to be correct. And it's crashed. Okay, good. Calling to absolute pixel on unsupported value 308. We need more than that. We need more information than just that. So we can just set the backtrace to 1. Hopefully it gives us something. Yep, it does. So the error was causing by this line, but it came from compute 27. Actually, let's make another tab. So that we can come back to that and compare the error. It was compute line 27, which is here. Compute absolute values. So, right. So compute is like how do we say? Like for font size, you might have the usual rem or m, and rem is like relative to the parent, no, not parent, to the base font size, I guess. So the browser has this thing called computing absolute values, which translate rem into pixel value. So 1 rem is usually one to the base 1 times the base font size, which is usually 16. You can change that, but It's usually 16. I'm hard coding it at 16 now. But yeah, so the error essentially is saying that we're trying to code to absolute pixel right here, but the font size does not support that. The font size is having a value that cannot be translated to pixel value. So I wonder what cannot be translated. Let's quickly debug that. Yeah. So here I can actually log the current value. Yes, no, yes, okay. So we can log out the current value to see what kind of value it's trying to translate into pixel value. Okay, spin crash. Calling to absolute pixel on unsupported. Right, okay. So apparently somewhere in the code, in Hacker News code, they use PT. What is PT actually? Well, I actually know what PT is, but I don't know, like, how do you calculate PT into pixel? That is not trustworthy. Always search for the official specification. Okay, CSS offer a number of different units. Yes, right. Point. PT is point. Okay. The so-called absolute units, CM and PT, mean the same in CSS as everywhere else, but only if your output device has a high enough resolution. Huh. Okay. Low resolution device such as computer screen, CSS doesn't require that, right? Yeah. Okay. It's better to reserve these units for higher resolution device and in particular for printed output. Okay. But how do we calculate pixel from point to pixel CSS text size conversion table? 1 pixel equal 0.75 point, so 1 point is equal to that. Okay. Okay, so we just need to convert it to pixel. So here we got 10 points, and 10 points should be converted to 13 pixel. Yeah, should be easy. So we must also support valued length. And we have a different unit here. To be point. And what is the right way to convert it again? So 1 point is equal to that. So we'll just copy this. Can we just round the number to 1.3? Yeah, doesn't matter really. Does that work? Hopefully that worked. Let's try it. Okay. Huh, okay, that works. Though that looks a bit weird. And scrolling is very slow for some reason. Huh. Yeah, well, got something right. Got the text right. But it is not. The color is right. The font size is correct. Well, not really correct. It is smaller than usual, but we'll fix that later. But the color is correct. How about 4/3? 4/3, huh? Wait. Could do that. That looks better. Alright. Need to convert it. Yeah, that works. But for some reason it's not showing correctly. I wonder if it's because the table layout, because I think Hacker News used. Yeah, so Hacker News use table. And I don't have a code that support table yet. But that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't make the browser go so slow, actually. It should go quite fast. So I might just copy this and then just save the whole thing and then test it locally. Yeah, looks cool. Let's try to find any linked. RSS. I don't care about RSS. I just need. Okay. So maybe we can remove these. Actually, let's beautify it. No. Okay. Are we doing this again like that? Nope. Not like that. Yep, like that. So we're not supporting style yet. So comment that out. and not supporting script, comment that out as well. So the rest should work. The rest is quite simple. Yeah. Might have to edit that file so that it loads up this this test file every time we start the browser. Did we have it open right here? Okay, yeah, we did. Let's just close that. Browser. Home URL, yes. Okay, so we don't need to call that anymore, we just need to render it from local. Let's see how that works. I have to drag the damn thing over every time. Okay, title works. That thing worked, but the rest it doesn't work. How come? So we might be able to log out of the layout so we can know what is going on. Layout tree. Let's go here. Yeah. Okay, so we can do dump layout. Yeah. And pass in the node that we want to dump. So this will dump out all of the information that we need about the layout tree, and hopefully we'll have some clue as to why it's not working. That is not right. Hang on, let me... That is not right at all. We got a lot more than that. So it's got HTML elements, it's got center tags, it's got table, got search, and then just find another HTML element. What? That is not right. Is there two HTML elements in there? That is strange. And oh, okay, that's repeating. There's a search here and then there's another search here. Oh wait, it's logging twice. Okay. Okay, so it's stopped at search, which is quite weird. Let's see, what does that look like in the code? Search. So it did go down all the way to the bottom. It's just ignoring the rest of it. Where are the tables and stuff? Did we have any code that just ignore these tags if it not recognized? Yeah, let's find out. Layout. Tree builder. Okay, so if display box is none, we ignore it. Otherwise, we build the tree for every element. So okay, so that's not That's not ignoring anything. Wonder what happened there. Parents append child. Yeah, let's look correct. Parent block. Perhaps the default HTML is ignoring it for some reason. Did the table include it in here? Table? No, there's no style for table, so let's write it. Display block. Let's say that. Okay, so it still stops at table. Doesn't go deeper. So what caused the layout tree to not building in the table? Let's log out some other thing. So yeah, we can go to pipelines and then log out the constructed tree. No, not that one. Let's go to document nodes. Like, I want to see when it's parsed the HTML, does it parse it correctly or does it mess up the whole thing? So document node. I wonder if we can just log that. Hopefully we can. Document nodes, like so. Just document. That's it. That is useless. How do we? How did I log it again back then? Debug for node. Node data. That's right. Do we have any code that locked things out for us? Document. No. Oh man, there might not be any. DOM creator. Printing. Yes. Print DOM tree. Yes. Okay. There is something after all. So I can try to use this one. Print DOM tree. Does that use anywhere? Because we need to use it in here. Does this test utility include it? Nope. Well, might as well include it in the main library instead of using it in the test library. So perhaps we can do something like print or toString. Actually, toString would be nice. And then, oh yeah, we can use this. Should be self here. And then we need level. So we can recursively call it a thing. Right. Okay. Maybe it's only available in the reference. PTR node pointer. Maybe it's only available in node pointer. Yeah, it perhaps. Yeah, right. So I can just put that there. And then implement it here. Okay, so we got a list of childs. We can print out the current nodes and how many child is had. Then we can call. I don't want to print actually, I want to return a string. So I can do something like this. And it's mutable. And then at the end I can just return the string. So the results will be pushing string. Is there a way to concatenate with this another string? Or do you have to push string like this every single time? Let's use push string. Who cares? Then I need this. Uh-oh. Right, I need more than that. So I need self, and I need child nodes, the length of it. Good. Okay, so I can now do the same thing for the child nodes. So toString PTR toString and increase the level so I can push it to the current string as well. Okay, so that's what we want. We want to log out the current tree, current DOM tree, and all the children that it had. So we can do toString level 0 and log it out. Okay, let's try it. Oops, that is not cool. That is quite weird. It is also showing not a lot of output, which is wrong. So we need to investigate that as well. Where is the other one? Alright, here. Repeat level. Alright, I think we need new line here. Damn. So new line here. Let's try and see if okay, it does print out the correct thing. So HTML head text, don't care, comment, go to bodies, go to unknown, which is center, go to unknown, which is table, and it's got nothing else. So something wrong with the table parsing HTML code. Okay, this is what I'm afraid of, because now I have to debug this HTML parser, which is massive and it's very old code, and I'm really afraid to get into this one, but we'll have to. Table, do we have table? Fuck, can't even search for table. Oh right, because it's tokenizer. Duh. Right, so the tokenizer has a few state that it gets in to tokenize the HTML thing. I don't know if it had, well, I think, okay, so it doesn't have anything related to table, so perhaps it's not, the issue is not the tokenizer, but it's the tree builder I think. Okay, tree builder has a mode called in table. Okay, let's see if any of the tag name is table, table character, token, clear. Let's actually bring up the specification, and hopefully it gives us some clue. Multi-page version, because otherwise you will crash my computer. Okay, so let's skip the whole thing in tokenizer. We need in table. What do you do in table? So in table, right. Okay, so in table, if there's a character token, and if the current node is table, tbody, template, tfoot, thead, or tr, then let the pending table character token be an empty list of token. So I clear that. That's good. Yeah, that's good. To in table text, and then reprocess the token. Okay, that's good. So nothing wrong with that. Damn, I do need a tiling window manager. I do not have a tiling window manager at all, so I have to do this all by myself. Okay, we lost. In table. Okay. If there's a comment, insert a comment. there's a doc type, then unexpected. Of course, you cannot have doc type inside of the table. And if it's caption, we don't care. We don't care about that. We care about T body though. If it's star tag, whose tag name is one of T body, T foot, T head. Clear the stack. Back to the table context. Huh. Insert an element for the tokens. Switch to in table body. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Insert a new HTML body, T body, and reprocess. Okay. Parse error. Yeah. Well, we don't care about that. Whose end tag is table. Yeah. If the stack of open element does not have a table element in the table scope, then is a parse error. Ignore the token, otherwise pop it until the table has been popped. Reset. Huh. Okay. Okay, so it seems that we are doing everything right in table, but I don't know about in table body though, because after in table it's gonna go to in table body. So in table body. Okay. Start tag tr clear back to the table context. I wonder what is clear back to the table context does. While the current node is not a t-body or the elements pop from the stack of open elements. So if I go here, if is not t-body, t-foot, t-head, or okay, this is weird. We done something wrong here, I think. So we have a tag name, right? So if the current node is not if element tag name, well, match element tag name is not a t body, t foot, maybe add string, t foot, t head, template, or the HTML element, then pop it. Otherwise, break it. Yeah. Okay, so alright. Wait. Current node is not all of those thing. Then break. Then pop. Otherwise, if it is, then break. Okay. That's the other way around. Okay. Hopefully that will fix that. No, it still doesn't fix it. Okay, so we know that that's correct. Wait, where does search come from actually? Hacker News. Where does search come from? Search come from a form within the TRTD. And there's another table inside of it. Okay. Wait, is that allowed? Like a table inside of a TD? What? So in body. Let's see if a star tag is tr, so that in row, so we in table row, so technically we're in table cells. Can oh right. Okay, so if you're in cells and you have anything other than these things, then you do the same rule as in body. Huh. Okay. So table within a table cells actually allow. What the fuck? Table within a table cells. Okay, yeah. Try rectangle. What do you mean try rectangle? Shit. Why am I? What am I looking for again? Tree builder. Yeah, quite a lot of problem with the tree builder. For the DOM tree, but I'm still figure things out because the tree builder is quite massive. So I don't want to touch anything in there, but sometimes you got these things like it's just broken logically, and if you don't follow the spec, everything burn down. So yeah, I really want to fix this. Oh, where's the music? Okay, in table body. Then you go to in row. Well, the thing is, did we get to in row? Let's reduce it. Let's reduce the example. So that we have smaller table and we don't have to care about these table anymore. So if we get rid of these That is the only table that we have. What do we get? We get table and nothing else. Very nice. Okay, so it doesn't even work with a normal table. Is the TR works? The TR works just fine, yeah. Okay, so this should work, but it didn't work. Okay, so definitely is in the table body, I think. It's definitely, must be. Okay, so in the table body, if we found a TR, well, not in the table body, we're not inside of the table body, we're in table. Wait. We're in table, and we are encountering a TR tag. Then we insert T body, and then we say in table body, and then we process the token again. Okay, so that's logic. That's logical. That works. Oh, let's actually try to log this out. See if it give us something. Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't jump into that. So that is wrong. Okay, it needs to get in there. So where is it stuck actually? So can we do this? Oh man, I wish I can debug Rust. But I still don't know how to debug Rust yet. Would be nice to know exactly where the if statement get hit. So we got a bunch of character and an end of file. Why is that what we have is a bunch of characters? Is that normal? Because we need some start tag or something. We need a tag. It doesn't show any tag. It's just character. So let's close off these things. Okay. So we got TR right there. Immediately. So how come it's not showing us that? Did we tokenize it wrong? Who's using that? Process is using that. What is this thing? In table body. Okay, no. That's not what we want. In row. That's also not what we want. Okay, so what redirect to in table body? It will in table. In row, no. Where's that? In template, nope. In table. Reset insert mode appropriately. You start tag table, yeah. Okay, so where is it here? Come on. Oh, this is a very long function. I should have split it out. Oh, this is painful to watch. Fuck it. This start tag, and if the tag name is body, insert that HTML element for the table. Then switch to in table. Okay, that looks logical. This look weird. If the end tag is table, go to in table. What? Where is this from? Caption. Right, okay. We don't care about caption. We care about why our table isn't working. If I remove all of these thing, does it work? Nope, it doesn't. It stops as table. So it could also be that our tokenizer is doing something wrong. Actually, I'm feeling a bit bored now. I might just skip this and then do something else more exciting. Yeah, I'll skip this. We'll do something else. We will create a bugs report for that, and then we'll do something else instead. This is boring. Table DOM tree build. Well, DOM tree builder is not working correctly for table. Laughing emoji. Come on. Yeah, I know. I can spend like hours on this thing and debugging and doing some tedious stuff, and might not be able to fix the issue. It's kind of issue gonna take like days to fix, so might as well do something else interesting. It's not receiving open tag token for TR, and when building the table, this could be a bug in the HTML tokenizer, or the tree builder is ignoring the TR token somehow. Highly likely that the tokenizer is not doing its job. Yep, it is not doing its job. But we actually got, you know, how to say it? We actually got Hacker News working. It's just not rendering correctly. It did, technically it did render, so we can skip it. Git log. Nope. We can just ignore everything in component, right? Component DOM, yeah. In other places, because we don't need to use them. And then render. And we can just remove that Hacker News thing. Oh shit. What did I do? What have I done? Oh well, I removed the code to support the point. Damn. It's actually a small code, so we can just add it to the master branch without opening a PR. Because it's my project and I like it that way. But don't be like me though. Where is that again? Okay. Push it directly to master. Yep. And so technically we did get Hacker News to render, just not correctly. So we can move on to something else. Right? Does it work? Yeah, it does. It does. It's render Hacker News. Yes. Let's do something else more exciting. For example, we can do this. We can make link react to mouse events. Or we can do this one. This one looks cool. This one looks easier. Showing crashing error screen when the tab crash. Okay, so it's a bit more. It's a bit easier. Though I think to do that task we need a bit of refactoring. Yeah, let's do refactoring then. Because currently we have the code for getting the error message located directly inside of the main process, which is not ideal. We need to move it to the render process instead. So when something goes wrong, we can just show it in the from the render. So you can just show it in frame. Yeah. Construct a layout. And run. Okay, so the pipeline had nothing to do with it. Oh. Okay. So first thing is, what is the crash error? Like sometimes if I type in the wrong URL, it crashed. This time it doesn't give us anything. 131. So within the page it's gonna be in line 131 here. Yeah. So instead of panicking here, we wanted to show an error page instead. So let's do that. Actually, let's do that in the frame. So that because page is like the collection of frame. So you got the main frame, and then within the main frame you might have like iframe that point to other pages. That's also frame. So let's show it in the frame actually. That would be better. So I can do self dot. Well, respond. HTML actually is that, and then we can do if let okay for HTML, then we can just return HTML. Otherwise we can do mainframe dot show error. Or display crash error. That's a cooler name. That should take in. Wait, hang on. Let's do that. And we can go to frame. And we can do this. Display crash error. So it doesn't return anything. text in the title and some description. And then it show the thing. Hmm. Display crash error. Text into thing. So we can do actually let's do a format here. Right. Right, let's match Rx receive. If it's okay with an HTML code, return it. Otherwise, if there's an error, then hopefully we can use that error for displaying stuff. What is this error? Receive error. Right. Okay, we don't want that. We don't want receive error. Actually, we do. But if it's receive error, it's something else that we don't know. So we don't log out of the error. Usually it shouldn't happen though. Expected string found nothing. I don't think this is a good idea though, because this is fetching HTML. It had nothing to do with displaying error and shit. So perhaps the right thing to do is something like this. So we can just return a result of string for HTML. Otherwise, we do an error. Yeah, much better. Let's make the public error for now. Fetching HTML fail with a string, so that we can have some meshes in there. So that is good. And here we can just return rx dot receive. Yeah. So HTML equal that, and return OK HTML. Yeah, and we can convert it so we can map the error into a page error that's saying fetching is fail for unknown reason for now. Oh, right. ToString. Right. Looks nice. We'll add that. Looks nice. Okay, does look better. So the problem is in here, I think. Because something is panicking here. So right, it shouldn't be sending string, should be sending results instead. So it's easier for us. Page error. Yeah. So you can just return rx receive. And that is better. Yeah. What? Right. Expect receive HTML like that for now. Well, we can definitely return OK right here. Yeah, that works. Okay, so the problem is not in there, it's somewhere in here. Send the request loop to resource loop. In the resource loop, we start looping through the thing, and then we start fetching. On error, we do that. Fetch local. If there's an error, then that. And then listener on error. Yeah. Yeah, that looks fine, actually. So, what caused it? So if I go back to frame, well, go back to page actually, and implement a on error, then there should be a load error, yeah. Right, okay, so we don't need page error anymore, we just need load error instead. Can get rid of this. Yeah. So can return a load error. So that is on finish, but if it's not finished, if it's error, then we say html.tx.send error like that, then unwrap here. Looks okay. Okay, who using this? This one. So we are fetching the HTML, and but if the HTML is fail to fetch, like if we match that, and we say there's some HTML, then we will load it. But if there's no HTML, if there's an error instead, then we don't do anything for now. Where else is using it? Nowhere. Okay, so that should work. So if I type in the wrong thing, it should not do anything. Yes. So here, if we go back here, which is on page, we can say self.load HTML. Wait, but the HTML we have is different. Instead we can do show error. Yeah, let's do show error. So show error should do should text in the title. And then the description should be error while loading page. So we can include this error. There's nothing at all. And then do that. Works. Okay. So show error is just loading a special HTML instead, which we have in here. So we can just copy this. And pass in the error. Should be error here. Can we just construct our own HTML without all of those things? Yeah, would be much better. So we don't need this one, because we know that we don't need to load any external styles. We don't need this one, we don't need base URL. Do we need... This is not a async. Well, now it is a async. Okay, and we can do error page dot characters. Okay, I'll make it mutable. Done. Nice. Okay, so that we can just do show error and then call await. Yeah, looks about right. So if we do that, and if we have invalid file, it say, oh no, error while loading page, IO error. Okay, that's what I want. Yeah. So I can just refresh, or I can edit, and that's correct. And if I change the protocol, it's a unsupported protocol. Yes, unable to load resource. Yes. Although this is a different thing, I think. I don't know. Right. Make it mutable. This is wrong. Why have that change? Awaits. Okay, so we don't need that thing in the UI anymore. Right? No, okay, so it's not completely done with that, because we also have something called not supported protocol. How about we let the client handle all of that? Yeah, let's do that. The UI should know nothing about it. Yeah, like so. Does that return nothing? Yeah, good. Load error. We don't load error anymore. Who used load error? Show error. Tab action show error. Who used that? Show error. Okay, who used show error? Browser. Invalid URL. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so sometimes the browser encounter an invalid URL and they still need to show an error. Because technically it's not the renderer fault. Because the renderer doesn't do URL parsing, right? So can we make it do URL parsing as well? Go to definition, change the URL, load URL. Change the URL is just emitting an event. We can technically emit that from renderer. Yeah, let's do that. So let's do that. Okay, so now the browser tab doesn't show any error. It doesn't know anything about the error. It also doesn't need to know about the current URL. We don't use show error anymore. Tab information. Got a URL. Should it? Let's keep it for now. let modified go to. Oh well, let's modify that one first so we don't use show error anymore. So that's done. So the browser doesn't need to do that anymore. Just need to do that. Raw URL. Is raw URL a string? Yeah, it is a string. We don't need that. So go to now doesn't accept a direct URL, it's just accepting a string. Right. Might as well. Might as well. Oh no. Why do that when you can do this? Then just move it. Yeah. View source. Right. Just need to pass in the URL. You don't need to parse it anymore. There you go. The browser no longer needs parsing URL. Just let the renderer do it for itself. Okay. That's good. So now you can do go to with a URL that takes in the string instead, and that will become something else later. Load the URL. Client load URL. URL should be a string instead, so I can move it. Might as well change it to load raw URL. Oh wait, we can actually keep load URL. Okay. Because load URL is still being used by reload. We can just make another one for load raw URL, so we don't break anything. So load raw URL, which takes in a string, and you can do stuff in there, but we'll do it later. Let's come back to the engine. Looks good, looks fine. Go to home URL, not clone, yeah. Home URL. Go to URL. Okay, that's good. Where else do we go? browser. Okay, can go to string here so it's easier. Browser seems happy. This one does not seem happy at all. Browser tabs. Load URL. Can we do load raw URL instead? Go to load raw URL. Oh, load. Yeah. And it's also taking a string. Yeah. So do that. We don't need to change anything yet. We can just do in an output event, we do URL change URL so that we can emit the correct URL after parsing. And in the browser tab, we can just do output event URL change, grab the URL, then do self emit event tab event URL change. Do we have that? Oh, we do. Huh. Okay. So we can just pass in URL like that. Easy. Okay. Just move it there so it's nicer. Done. Okay, so the browser tab has 3 actions. Just reload, go to, and load a URL, which is redundant. You can just do this. Yeah, it's either reload or it's go to something. Okay, much cleaner. Okay. Okay. Looks nice. How about in the UI? Looks nice. Can we run it? Is it complaining somewhere? Nope. It's not complaining, but it's not showing anything either. So that is where we do the thing instead of the render, so that we can render thing. So when we load the raw URL, we want to do is we want to parse it. So URL parser, parse, and takes in the URL. The base is gonna be none, and let's, well, what does parse return? Return optional, so we can do match parsing. If there's a URL that been returned, that means the URL been, parsed successfully. Then we load the URL with the URL and with the resource loop. Otherwise, if there's nothing, then we can show error. Invalid URL. Let's do that for now. That we worked. Arrow while trying to navigate to an invalid URL. So that pass in E, right? Nope. Right. Need to wait. E is unknown. Oh, right. It's just error unknown. sorry, error none. It's an invalid URL. Doesn't have any specific error, so we have to do that instead. Okay, that looks good. So now we run it. It shows. It doesn't show the URL though, because we haven't emit back the URL. So we need to. How are we emitting back the thing for the engine again? Right, we can just do this here. URL change, emit new URL, URL change, need event emitter, and we need a current URL. Does the page have it? Yes, the page does have it. Okay, so we can do self dot if there is a URL from cell page dot URL. Right, I need to export that function. So it could simply do this. URL self dot URL. Perhaps clone it. Let's work. Okay, so if we have a URL, then we'll emit it. Otherwise, don't do anything. Okay, so we can just do here self.emit new URL. When we reload as well, when we load HTML as well. Yeah. So in that case, we can just do that. Yeah. So it's showing URL now. So if we reload, it works. We type in Google. It works. Okay. Quite cool. Okay, that's it. That's good. So we got URL working, we got title working, we got frame working. What else do we need to work on? Oh, hang on. I need to put my laptop to charge. All right. Okay. So frame working, URL working. Most things are working. What else would we need to do? We need to fix all of these error. Okay, so we need to ditch the idea of showing error in the frame for now, because a lot of the thing is tied to the page itself. We'll have frame error in the future, but not now, I think. So yeah, render client 52. 52 load function. Load HTML is not used. Well, we're not using it for now because we don't show error anymore. We just directly show we just load the URL, and showing error is gonna be the job of the render function. Okay, that's good. So now if I type in something wrong, it show error. Yeah. Okay. "404, that's an error. Was not found this server." That's all we know. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's good. I wonder if it can render GitHub. Probably not. But doesn't hurt to try. Okay, it doesn't. It's got an error already. GitHub might use like JavaScript to render, so it could just result in an empty page because we're not supporting JavaScript yet. But yeah, okay. Not implemented. Okay, so we arrive at something that has been not implemented yet in the HTML tree builder. Okay, we'll fix that later. But now we will commit this. Hang on, let's make a new branch. Move error displaying function to render. Let's format it. Yep. Yeah, we reduce quite a lot of code. Oh, we do 100. We add 111. Which is a bit more, but yeah, it's cleaner. Yeah, looks nice. It's look good. So we still haven't showed the error when the tab crashed, because that is difficult, because we need some sort of a a panic handler for the renderer process. So whenever it's panic, it instead of panicking, it grab the panic error and show it. I don't know if that's possible or not, but hopefully it is. Otherwise, we need to go through all the code that can be panic and show it, re-render it. I don't like it though, because anything can be panic. We actually need to separate the render process into a different process, because right now I'm calling it process, but in truth is actually just running on a separate thread, and that is not ideal. We need to run in a different process so that when it crashes, the browser will know. And yeah, and it doesn't crash the whole thing. I wonder if there's a way to detect if the thread been terminated, like it's been panicked. Surely there must be a way. But yeah, if there's a way, that will be the way that we will use to do this task. So for now, we got error process, error reporting in the render process, so that is better now. Yeah. Oh, might as well merge it. Yeah, merge it. Okay. Okay. We didn't get to make the Moon browser render Hacker News correctly, but we did make it render. It's just not correctly. And the scrolling is very slow as well. So in the next stream we're probably gonna look into this issue where the scrolling is taking a long time to respawn. Yeah, so now it starts scrolling. I've been scrolling for like 20 seconds before, and now it starts scrolling. So it's very slow, and I wonder why. But the text is wrong, and apparently our browser can't even render a table. It can render anything else, but a table, it just doesn't know what to do there, which is quite funny. But yeah, we'll handle it in the next stream. For now, this is good enough for this stream, I think. So I'll probably have to end the stream here. Thank you everyone for watching, if you're up there. So hopefully we'll get something cool working in the next stream. But that's it for the stream today. I hope everyone has have a lovely evening or morning wherever you are. And goodbye.